So working with a S7 900, we got a 45-foot RD 45F platform out here. We're cutting beans, and just want to talk a little bit about the new technology, the automation technology that John Deere has. What it is we've got harvest automation and we have ground speed automation, and the two work pretty well together. And what we're actually doing up here on the screen is we've got our grain loss allowable, and we've got our foreign material allowable, and we've got our broken grain allowable, and that's over here on the left. We also have our max speed and up to 105% of the engine power allowed to be used for the system. Now what the system does is, as you're running through the field, as an experienced operator, you know what adjustments to make, and you'd be more than willing to make them. It's just a lot of times you don't necessarily, you're not necessarily watching that like a hawk all the time. You're watching other things. You're watching the grain cart. You're coordinating trucks, logistics, all those kinds of things. And what this system does is it's going to keep the combine full. Again, I had 105% of the engine horsepower up there. It's going to keep the combine full, and it's going to try to maintain that much. But then if you get in a tough spot, it'll back the combine down and slow you down to not allow you to go over that 105% or slug the machine or whatever it might be. Now, the other part of it is the harvest automation, which is, I think, is the best value and the best deal with it. As you're going through the field, again, you're watching a lot of things. You're looking at, for drag ups on the head. You're looking, again, the grain cart. You just have a lot of responsibility as an operator. And what the system will do, if any of those allowables get above your set threshold, they will actually make adjustments to the machine to try to get those allowables back down below the threshold that you set. And we've got them set extremely low right now. We're actually cutting seed beans, so we're very particular about, cracks and brokens, and obviously we don't want any loss. It's going to a bin, so we're trying to keep foreign material at a minimum as well. And the system does a pretty good job of trying to make adjustments that will keep your combine running at maximum performance, but also they're going to make adjustments to try to make sure that you're also doing a quality job as well. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. And the ground speed automation, this one actually has the cameras, the forward-looking cameras. Yesterday, there was a spot in the field where we had some, maybe the sprayer missed a few things. We had some water hemp, and the camera recognized that, and it actually slowed the combine down. It also has a satellite background map where it can actually tell, what maybe the yield potentially could be. That, hey, based on those 6 or 7 satellite shots towards the end of the season, it's looking at the vegetative state of the crop, height of the crop, looking at a lot of those things. So there's the satellite maps plus the cameras. It will predict that, I may need to slow down and anticipate that there's going to be a higher load here. So the system works pretty well. A lot of times, we've had past systems like Combine Advisor. This is a much improved system over Combine Advisor. And again, I really like the harvest settings automation where it adjusts the machine. The ground speed automation is also kind of nice. It's just one less thing that you have to watch and pay attention to. And it's not a 100%. You never look at it, but it takes some of that stress off of you as an operator, especially with some of the dusty conditions that we get, in the afternoons, if the wind is wrong and things like that. It really just makes your job easier. And I will say, for a more novice operator, it's really something that we've had a couple guys that don't have a lot of combine experience in here, and it really made them a lot better operator. Now, are they going to be, the best operator in the world right out of the gate? No, but it makes them a lot closer to that top operator than if you didn't have this system. So again, the harvest settings automation is my favorite of the two, but the ground speed automation is a very, very close second. So 2 thumbs up on those systems. Again, there's a little tweaking. If you're a super highly skilled operator, there's times where you're going to maybe override the system a little bit, where you're going to probably be able to say, you know what, this might be a little bit better adjustment than what the system makes. But take it as a whole, and as a over the course of a day, it's going to really be a plus for a seasoned operator, and it's going to make a novice operator look like somebody who's had a lot more seat time than what they actually and truthfully have. So again, it's harvest settings automation as well as the ground speed automation. Two very good things that John Deere has come out with for the 2025 model year S7 combines.